Hello everybody, welcome to H&H Express Model N Scale Trains, the live stream on July 4th. I hope that everybody has a good day, and especially for the US, they have a day off. It's the 4th of July, Independence Day. So yeah, welcome everybody, and let's see who is in the chat, because I didn't watch people coming in early because I had a little bit of a late start. I even did not like the room here, so bear with me, but I will fix that. So I saw that Ken N was in there. He said hi, got an early notice, I'll be back. So he will be joining in shortly. I see that Sprue and Glue is here, welcome. I see Hot Dog Pilot Andy. How are you doing, Andy? I see Tom Houston from Model Railway. Hello, Tom. And Tom had a funny message. It says here, a funny thing happened to me on the way here tonight. I bought a second-hand Helmie Tornado. It doesn't look like it's being modified inside. Okay. And let me see. I see Ivo van Zon. Welcome, Ivo. Did I see? Ah, yeah. Canon. It just got back. Hello, chatters. Happy 4th in the US. Did I see somebody else? Ah, Lynn McCurdy is in there as well. So welcome everybody. So yeah, I started the live of the session a little bit late, but I needed to do some modification on the camera setup. Tell us about the shirt I'm wearing. Yeah, well, this is the rainbow shirt, as you can see. Awareness, ally, amplify, which means you need to be aware of the whole community. So that is what this stands for. And it was in the US, it was Juneteenth, the month for the LBQT plus community, and in the Netherlands we are gonna do that in July. So that is the shirt which I'm wearing to give everybody a thought. So that's what's behind it. And I actually flipped it so that you can see it. And usually I have it flipped the other way around so that I know where to point where behind me if I want to point something to over there, which is my right side. But on the camera, it's a little bit different. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to change it. And well, that's so that everybody has the awareness of everybody. So yeah, so that is what Lynn requested. So yeah, as you may have seen in the title, building a, what was it? A control board. Or actually, it's more that I can see where the power is on my section. I mentioned that several weeks ago that I had a problem on my layout. Two of the motor drivers, so I have here one. Well, actually, let me turn on the lights here so we have a little bit better lighting. So let me do that. Okay, that's that. That's a little bit more light. Need to turn one more on. That's that one. Yep, okay. So now you can all see it better. So several weeks ago, I explained that I couldn't run any trains because I had a problem with my power section. And well, most of you already know I use a little bit different way of controlling my trains. So I'm using a DCC EX control station in which I sniff that bus and then send it to the track. Some more. Yeah. Yes, Evo. Yes, so more wires to mess out in the future. Yes. Well, it will be a whole bundle of wires because I cannot just put one bus wire in and then add it to different sections. So this is the motor controller, one of them which failed. But I have two wires out here and two wires out there, which are two power sections. And if I want to sniff them, or if I want to put them, I'm going to use the LEDs. And there is a blocking resistor there as well in case the LED goes bad. And that gives me the direction of the train. So if it's green and the arrow points, let me do it that way. So the arrow points that way, then I mean the train is moving that way if it's green. If the red LED is lit, then the train moves that way. So, and that's what I'm going to do on that control board so I can see that there is power on the sections. So I had to replace those and several control wires and several input outputs, but every motor driver is having two wires. So to that control board for every motor driver which I have, and there are currently, let me quickly check how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 12. So that's 24 in and outputs. Hello, Connie, Dragon Lover 68. How are you doing? Welcome to my stream, and happy 4th to you as well. So that means that I have 12 motor drivers connected. Each motor driver has two outputs, which means every motor driver has 4 wires. So that means that 12 times 4 is 48 wires need to go to my control board for the LEDs. So it's indeed a lot of wiring, and is the motor driver, let me see, Ken requested, is motor driver the same as what I've seen called a motor shield for an Arduino? Yes, it is. Except the motor shield you put on the Arduino. Do I have one? Let me see. So I have an Arduino here, and let's pretend this is a motor shield, but it's an LCD. So the motor shield you put on the Arduino, and this one you just connect with pins to the Arduino. So and Ivo already said you can put a multiplexer, demultiplexer in it. Yes, you could do that. I'm using a PC, what is it, 6985 servo controller to put the pulses on the motor driver to increase the speed or change the direction. And I also use a PCF, what is it, 8574 to, sorry for that, to put the input outputs. Yes, the motor shield has the pinout which matches the Arduino. That is true. That is true. So let me see. Do I have anything else here? Nope. No, I don't. But I'm using the 8575 or the 8574 for input outputs to control the control pins, and then the 9685 to control the PWM pulses on it. Hello, Mr. Dodge. Welcome to the stream, and happy 4th to you as well. So I was just talking in regards to the motor drivers and what happened several weeks ago, why I couldn't do any running trains. So, but as I mentioned in the previous streams, that has been fixed. And the reason I still did not take it all apart, the reason for that was a short caused by this and the other wagon from the Rheingold Express. So I have two of them, and both have lights in them, and both, as you saw in the other live stream, I showed when I put them on the track, they could cause a short, and that was happening inside the bogies or the carriage, where the wheels are in. So the flanges, they somehow make a short on the track itself. And due to the many shorts which I had, two of my motor drivers failed. And one failed on one side, so I marked it with a Sharpie, and the other one failed at the other side. So, and it's not wise to repair them because it costs more to repair one of these motor boards than to buy new ones. So I bought new ones. So, but since everybody is, hey, I see somebody else coming in. Hello, Lee. Welcome, Lee. How are you doing? So he is working on the layout and got the stream on a big, on a big screen, I think that he wants to say. So let's go over the live streams because I added one on the Sunday. So on Monday we have the Sidetrack Sunday at 2 a.m. That's what is it, 9? I need to calculate. Well, the 2 a.m. British Summer Time. And then we have Jennifer E. Kirk at 7 p.m. British Summer Time. Well, I moved my live stream to Tuesday because I was away both Mondays. So on the Tuesday we have Humanity Junction, so Heat from Humanity Junction at 2 a.m. Barnabas Junction usually at 7 p.m. But I didn't see that he's doing his live stream on a Tuesday, so I picked up that spot. On the Wednesday we have On Track Tuesday at midnight, British Summer Time. Trains in the Attic at 8 p.m. On Thursday we have New Modeling at 12 a.m. We have the Cab Crew at 1 a.m. Then we have Crooked River and Easton, that would be Dave at 2 p.m. British Summer Time, and then Donegal Dad at 7:30 p.m. But coming Thursday, he mentioned he will not have a live stream. So if anybody would like to fill it in, just send a message to Mark and he will post that. Then we have Third Rail Thursday at 1 a.m. Steve Childress at 4:30 p.m. That's on a Friday. Then we have Anthony Dodge, the Model Train Outsider, the Merklin Outsider, at 8:30 p.m. British Summer Time. Then we have on the Saturday at 2 a.m. Uncle Vinny, BNSF 6951. And then at 3 p.m. we have Back on Track. And let's scroll it up because I added one to it, and I just saw that Aaron just came in from Manchat Railroad. Welcome, Aaron. So on the Sunday, we have the Wacky Weekend with Artie and Anthony at 1 a.m. We have Hot Dog Pilot Andy at 1 p.m. And then we have Dave from Dave's Swindon Junction at 2 p.m. And I asked him last week, and he said, well, I'm doing that live stream there. And actually I need to add another one because Connie from Dragon Lover 68 is holding her live stream, and that's a modeling with modelers at 6, I believe it's 5 p.m. British Summer Time, the same as Lee did. And then we have Alan Reynolds at Berkeley Junction. So Connie, can you put in so that I can add you to the list at what time you start your modeling with friends? The stream stuck here. Does anybody else has a problem with the stream? Because I'm looking here at the at another screen and I don't see any problems. Just let me know. Otherwise, I restart the screen. Okay. Yeah. Tom already says it's okay here. Okay. Very good. And Andy says no. I mean, you don't have any problems. So yeah, so I wanted to create a control board, and maybe I'm gonna add some switches to it. So another more cabling, but that will be over an I2C bus. So the controller will be in the control station and then over the I2C bus. And actually, well, I could multiplex and demultiplex this one as well. And I think that is what, let me go back up here. Where is it? I just saw it somewhere. That's what Evo actually said. I could do multiplexing and demultiplexing. Here. You could put a multiplexer or a demultiplexer in it. Yes, I could do that. And or I could communicate over an I2C bus and send it over there. But then again, I need to build a multiplexer, demultiplexer on. Well, actually, that's a little bit difficult to do that, because they don't have a common ground. So all the power sections, they have their own individual 2 wires. So one for the left rails and one for the right rails. So that would be a little bit difficult, but maybe we can find something about it. So let me see. New Furnace and I normally start around 12 p. Eastern. It's 5 p. UK on Sunday. Yeah, just hanging out and working on projects. Connie is building a micro brick set at the moment. So yeah, no issue, Connie. That's why we are all here for. We are all together. One does this and the other one does that. The same with Sprue and Glue. Sprue and Glue, he does modeling on the Monday. I couldn't be in the, well, what was Monday? No, that was Tuesday. Today, this morning. I couldn't be there in his stream, but the people who come there, they yes, I saw that too. But Sprue and Glue, they create models, and they were just chatting in an hour, and that's yeah, and yeah, as Andy said, all for one and one for all. Yes, that's true. So we can all give each other a shout out on there. So if you're not subscribed to any channel which is here in my chat, please check that channel out, and if you like it, subscribe to it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and the message what I saw indeed in the message from Heath posted a link to his live stream, and it seems to be saying goodbye. Well, he already said a little bit of goodbye to the Sidetrack Sunday crew. So I don't know what he's going to do with the Tuesday, the Tech Tuesday. Ah, Sprue is running on Mondays and Thursdays. Okay. Yeah, a clickbait. Too far. Well, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. We need to ask Heath. Well, he's not here. Where is Heath if you need him? So yeah. So but oh, where are we? Okay. So, but for those who did not, who joined us new, like Connie, this is my table. Breaking things, presumably. Yeah, Heath is breaking things. Or he might be still unpacking a package. And people who follow him know what I mean. So, but this is my table. I know this one is a little bit full of, it has a lot of things stored on it. This is Kevin's yard. So I named him after the dogs and also the cat, at least the cat for my son. So this is Kevin's yard. This is Buddy Town. And here on the side, I hope you can see it a little bit. Let me. Thank you, Connie. So, and that is over here. That is Codyville, and it's shortened for Cody Village, Buddy Town. That says it enough. Kevin's yard, and then we over here we have the Shadow Station, and the Shadow Station also have a small station, and that is Aki's station, and that is AKI. And then I'm still looking for a name, because let me see if I can put it there. Over there. So over there is a staging yard, and I'm still looking for a name there. So And here on the top of the screen, you see the layout from JMRI. So where we can see all the turnouts and switches. Let me enlarge the layout a little bit for you. So the blue lines, those are the... are you serious, Andy? Scotland Yard? No, 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 no. No, it needs to be a name which has to do with an animal. Let me say it like that. So Aki, that's the name of the cat of my son, and the rest. So Kevin's Yard, that was from our first dog. Buddy Town, that was our second dog, and currently the dog which we have, by the way, those are all golden retrievers, is Codyville. So it needs to be in that area. So hello, Dwight. Welcome to the stream. Dwight from Curly Express. Connie, for your information, so this is the whole layout as you can see it within a JMRI. The blue lines, that's the main track. Then we have the yellow and the greens. That is the shadow station and the connection to the shadow station. And then we have Kevin's Yard on top, which has the blue, blue, and green sections, and everything is divided. So, Blondie and? No, no, no. And Ken says, sounds like you need a new dog. No, 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 no. We already decided then, if the time comes that Cody is not with us anymore, as of what my wife and I decided, because you want to go on trips and so you're a little bit tight when you have an animal to take care of or a dog to take care of. Either you need to take it with you, but sometimes you would like to enjoy with the two of you. You poop bag, poop bags. You can see it. Let me. Yeah. No, it's not. It's not gonna be it. Yes. Well, you have a dog yourself, Andy. But since the last live stream, I didn't run any trains. So let me. Golden Seal loves trains. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I know that Cody loves to be with us as well. Luckily, I'm in the attic and he is downstairs, so 2 stairs below. So he is not gonna. Okay. Well, thank you for joining in, Connie, and um, well, we'll see you in the next stream somewhere. So thank you, Connie. So let's see if we can make some trains run. And the thing is that, as I mentioned, I did not start any trains since last Tuesday. So hopefully, yeah, I know what you meant. Golden retrievers love trips. So let me see, engine driver. So you know the drill. Let me see if there is power on the track. So it is green. And I'm gonna select the generic again. so that means power on all sections from the outside. And I'm gonna run the NS1127. Yeah, I hear something happening. And I still have a problem. And you see that there is a problem with the track because everything turns red. Hopefully it doesn't fly away. Let me push it a little bit. There it goes. So hopefully it switches off the other tracks as well. So it should come to the train station and then go into the curve next to the windmill, and then go down, comes to back to the shadow station. So, well, the train is at least running. Let me see if I can let it run on the inside track. Heavy rain. Okay. Are you maybe running in? Are you maybe running it in your new diagnostics mode? Yes, I am, but it should clear all the sensors. And as you may see, where is it? The train is stopped. So I need to push it. Let me see if I can push it. There it goes. I accidentally derailed it. Ah, there it goes. So, but I can let me stop the train. I can reset the program. So bear with me and see if it works. Hey, I see somebody else coming in. Hello, Dean, from Model Railway Shed. So welcome to the stream. Glad you could join. So you see now everything starts to turn red, but everything clears. Especially consider the layout is all DC controlled by JMRI. Yeah, oh, did I miss something? Did I miss something? True. Ah, that's one. Yeah, that is one awesome layout. Thank you. Thank you. And as Ken already mentioned, it is all DC, so it's analog. I can just take that train, put it on an analog track. There are no decoders in it, but I can still run it with my cell phone because every power section has its own controller, and that are those small controllers. So I'm not gonna show you the control section this time because that was not what the the stream was going to be about. So, but let me see if we can now follow the train. Sometimes I have the issue that the sensors are not reset correctly, which causes that everything turns red. Okay, there it goes. And now we should be able to follow the train. So every red section means I detected that the train is running there. And it should clear it. But I see that track number 5, which is the upper section with the clock, did not clear. All the other tracks got cleared. Hello, the Closet Branch. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could join. So you see that the sections, and I made it purple on the train station, so they all get cleared. Hello, Scott Rails. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, happy 4th as well to everybody. So this is what I created myself. So there is no second layout yet which has it. I'm building a second layout in my caravan. Let's see, it doesn't clear it. Okay, so I need to set a parameter different for that. Hey, Mystic John, welcome to the stream. How you doing? So let me see the turnouts. So now the train should only go in the outer section of the blue section plus the white. Isn't there a sort of catch-22 where you have to detect a train to apply power, but can't detect the train current unless the power is applied? Yes, that is true. But the way, so I'm using current sensors, and the current sensors are between the motor drivers and the track. And the current sensor give a pulse if they detect that there is a current running. Doesn't matter if it's going left to right, so forward or backward. And that current, that pulse, I'm catching in the Arduino. And with the Arduino, I set up a signal high in JMRI, which causes the red to lit up because it's all connected within JMRI. You can put on each section, you can put a signal or a sensor, and then when it's high, it changes the color. So now you see that it's going the shadow station. Except for section number 5, there is a problem, and maybe I can do another reset, but I need to stop the train first. So let me do that. Let me reset one more time, because it's just a Arduino Mega which controls the whole board, at least the lower part of it. So let's wait until it completely resets. So now that it does a clear of all the track. That's what you see on the screen. So that's why it all turns red. And now it clears it. So it resets all the sensors back to normal. And I detect that there is no train running. What I do next is I put a small piece of, I put some power on each section to measure the base current. And then with that base current, as soon as a train is detected on that track, I'm going to compare those two. If it is higher than the base current, because I'm using absolute values, so a negative value will be positive as well. So if it's detected higher, then the track will lit up. So let's now run that train again. Come on. Oh, it's going a little bit too fast. So let's see if it now clears. Yep. So now you can see that it follows the train. And you can see the train also at the camera angles at the top. So and this is the way it should work. So each time a track is cleared, I see it missed track 3B, then it will be cleared, and yeah, 4 is empty. But the program itself is a little bit slow because I have a lot of checks done. I needed to do some debugging because there were so many errors in it, and with that debugging, there is too much written on the screen of the laptop, which slows the whole process down. And so I need to check that. So it misses. Okay, so you see it missed 3, it lit up 3, but it was already past 3. And in the program, if I'm going to select an individual train, hi, you're a high-tech wizard. How do you know all the electronic gizmos so well? Well, it's from way back. It's from way back. What I'm gonna, I can select a train and then have the train set a certain path to follow on the track. So, but that's still work in progress. It's still a work in progress. Even the ballasting of the track, it's still not done. And the, yeah, skill. And it's kind of magic. Yeah, well, yeah. It's a long thought process. I didn't want to spend that much money on DCC locomotives, or if it would be possible to add a DCC decoder in the track. So I spent that money on building my own power section. Talent? Yes, and this is it. Experience and trial and error. That is true. That is true. So, it's still a trial and error process. The same what happened with the when I got the shorts uh, on the track itself. Usually these are protected. So the motor drivers, they have a, let me switch. So these motor drivers, they have a current protection. But if the current protection hits in too many times, short after each other, the chip, which is here on this heatsink, will blow. It can only handle that much. So, but what I was trying to do today is, you might see this. This is the track plan. And you think, well, this is the track plan, the opposite than what I saw. That's true, because I printed it backwards. because this is the trackpad as it is, and as I showed you in the other outputs. And I actually want to use this for my control board. And you can see that, oh, on this end, the staging yard is not there. Voodoo? How do? Smoke and mirrors. I would like to have this one done first, and then build another control board for the for Kevin's yard and for the staging yard. So, and I thought, well, how would I go about that? Well, as I already mentioned in the beginning, I would like to add two LEDs. One gives me the direction, so the green one gives me the direction that it follows the normal route, and the red one if it's following backward. So this is forward and this is backward. So that would mean that I need to take some masonite or something else to put on it. But last weekend, a friend of us brought some thick paper. This is 1/2 mil. So if I can glue this together, and I have several, so if I can glue that together, it's going to be a little bit stiff enough to put it on. And then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna take this, print it mirrored, and then put some draw the lines with some pencil, and then put it on top of here, because it's the same size. It's A4, and then scratch it on top so that I have the layout on this thick paper. What is it? The chip blows to save the. Oh wait, I don't know what you mean. So, but so that was actually the beginning of the control board, as I mentioned in, what is it, 2 live streams before, that I'm gonna create that control board. But yeah, as Ivo already said, it's gonna bring a lot of cabling to that control board, and I actually would like to position that. Let me see if we can. Yeah, put here. So I would like to put that control board over here so I can really see it next to my screen. So I'm using an A4 and having that here, that would be more than enough. And every power section would then have 2 LEDs. And did anybody count how many power sections there are? So can anybody guess how many power sections there are? So let me show this layout. So starting with power section 1, 2, 3A, 3B. Nope. Mr. John, nope. Tom, nope. Not 12. So let me take this one. 16. No, not yet. Let me go over this camera so we can all count. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah. So this is 1. This section until here, from here to here, that's 2. These are 2 power sections, so that it's 3 and 4. And although this power section over here is called power section 4 because this is 3A and 3B for the train station, this will be number 5. Then until here, this will be number 6. Until this power section until here, from here, is number 7. Then this power section until here is number 8. Then from here to here is 9. This power section over here is number 10. Then we have number 11, which is from here to here, 11. Then we have 2 power sections over here, so that is 12 and 13. Then this power section is number 14. So that's only the main track. So 14 power sections. Then we have a power section here. So that will be number 15. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 power sections over here. So that is 16, 17, 18, and 19. And then we have here the last power section, at least for the bottom table. That's number 20. And then with the staging yard, because the staging yard has 4 tracks, and they all come together until this section. So that is in total 5 power sections. So that is plus 5 is 25. And I'm not gonna worry about the Kevin's yard yet, because Kevin's yard is, let me go. So Kevin's yard is even more power sections, but that's a later stage. So it's not, I can't count more than 3. So John said 32. It's almost close. So it's at least, if I'm not calculating the staging yard with it, it's 20 power sections for only the shadow station, including the main track. Well, John, you said 32. It's not 32. So you didn't win. So who was the closest? Let me see. I saw somebody say 16. So 16 is closer than 32. Well, I think I understand what you mean, Andy, that John is the closest in regards to adding the shadow station, the staging yard with it. But the staging yard and Kevin's yard will be on a different control board. Because I'm gonna concentrate on this control board. So 20 power sections. And 20 power sections, 2 wires. So I need to have 40 wires. So 40 wires coming from my power control board up to my control board. And that's so up my control board, that is including the, let me put this one in front of it. So that's including the LEDs. So I need to drill the holes, I need to mark the spot, so I will see how far I can get with that. So and then in the next live stream I will show the progress. Hey, it's raining outside. Hey Andy, did you send the rain to us? Yeah, or throw in opticouplers to give its own common ground. Yeah, I need to think about it, how I'm gonna solve this. I have ribbon cables here, so I'm gonna try to send it back. And Ivo can help me with that. Blowing it back to the UK. So yeah, throw in opticouplers. Well, I need to check on how I'm gonna do that. I prefer not to add too much addition to it as it is right now, because it's a mess. I know. If you're looking at the cabling, there are going 2 wires to each section of track, and sometimes 4 wires, because with the turnouts which I have, some turnouts they don't have for the frog the power to control. So when you set the turnout to one section, then the other section doesn't get any power. So I needed to change that to get that right. And he will blow it back to John Boy. Stupid question. There are no, well, first of all, John, there are no stupid questions. So the question here, but with that many power blocks, how do you avoid having the same amount of power supplies? I only have one power supply. I only have one power supply. And that one power supply is connected to a PC power supply, the 12 volt rail, and I boost the 12 volt up to, what did I set it? Last time I set it to 21, but now it's to 17.5 volts, and then a pulse width modulation will be positioned on each track. So let me just, so the power sections itself, let me make them large so that I can explain a little bit more. So you have here power in, the ground and power in, and then at this end or at the other end there will be the power with pulses, and those are on the track. And these do not have a ground, so they are floating. And the only issue is when a train moves from one power section to another power section, then they need to be in sync. That's why I use the same PWM signals from the 9685 controller to set the PWM signals on each pin. As Ivo said, the motor drivers have all 12 volt input. Well, these can go up to, I believe, 32 volts. These. That's why I'm using these ones, and not the motor shields. So I could go higher. And so when the train moves over one section to another section, I detect that the train is moving there, and what I do with the other program, so now I ran the test program, but with the other program, it switches off as soon as it detects that the train is on this track, then it switches off the other track. And that is also how I can have a train, another train, not going into the switched off area, because it needs to detect that there is something going on. I have a video, I created a video of that, how my power section works, and I will put a link into the comments below this video, or in the comment section of this video, where you can find it, so that you can watch it, how I built my power section and what it does for everybody. Yes, it's a different way of controlling your tracks, and while doing that, because I'm using engine driver on my cell phone, I have a DCC-EX power station on my control board, and the DCC signal, I sniff that signal and I read the addresses which are sent in, because I built my own roster for each locomotive, and I just detect on the DCC signal, okay, with this train, with this number, and I know in my program it needs to be coming from, for example, with the ICE, it runs on shadow track number 4. So if I'm, let me go to the shadow station. Where are you? The other one. So I have here the ICE, and this is another train. This one is not on the track at this moment. So this is the 614. It has address number 614 in my program. I know that it is running on shadow track number 5, because this is 2, 3, 4, and this is number 5. So if the turnouts, which you can't see at the moment, let me turn the camera a little bit. Let me move that. So I have here 2 turnouts. If this turnout is set correctly, and then that turnout is set correctly, then I can have that train. So, then I can have that train leave this one and then run on the track. And the system will automatically switch on and switch off each power section. That means that pure coincidence, but the lights dim on Rotterdam every Monday night. Oh. So I just had stopped that train. So what I do is, when the train moves from one track to another, it occupies at least 3 tracks. So if you had an unlimited number of people with controllers to run trains, could you have enough power to run 10 locos at the same time? Well, my current power supply is let me see, 6 amps for 12 volts. So theoretically, with Evo's calculation, 200 milliamps per loco. But I think the more cars you put behind, the more amperage it will be. Then in theory, I would be able to run 10 locomotives, because that would be 2 amps, 3 amps for it, and my power supply can handle, what is it, I believe 6 amps. Let me just quickly check that, what it says on the power supply. Oh, it's actually more. It's 12 amps. So my power supply output is 12 amps on 12 volt. So how many blocks can be active simultaneously? Well, every train occupies 3 blocks in my power system. That means that I have 20 blocks, so that would be ATX power supply on the video card connection. Yeah, well, yeah, this is it's not an ATX power supply, but it has the ATX connection. It came from an older Dell computer, but this one has a special connection indeed. Yeah, yeah, it does. So the number of blocks. So as mentioned, with this layout, I have 20 blocks. So in theory, one train occupies 3 blocks. The block where it is currently in, well, actually, I need to say the block where it came from, the block where it's currently in, and the block where it's going to. And the block where it came from is switched off. Then the block where it's currently in has power, and the block where it is going to has power. So that means 3 blocks per train, because the block where it came from, another train cannot be traveling in. So you need to stack the trains. So in theory, that would be 6 trains, because 6 times 3, you can calculate it, 18, and I have 20 power sections. Yes, they would. They would. So as soon as that train, which comes into that block which is switched off, wants to enter that block, then the power is switched on, but the other train says, no, 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 you're not allowed there, so I'm switching it off. So it does is stop and go, stop and go, stop and go, stop and go, until the other train really clears the block and has no control over that block anymore, because it is already a block ahead. And but since I have a shadow station and a main track, and the main track itself, I divided into 12, it's actually 14 power sections, but since the train station itself is 2 up and 2 down, but I take it as 1 because of the blocks. That is correct, yeah. The power is not the limit. The number of blocks is the limit. That is true. So, but if it would be all one continuous loop with all the power sections behind it, I would be able to run 7 trains without any problems, without having them interfere with each other because I don't have enough power. So as mentioned, the 12 volt here is 12 amps. It will be, I have a booster on top of that, and the booster has a current limiter, and I limit the current currently to 5 amps, which is more than enough. But unfortunately, that is the limitation before it goes into the power controllers. So it goes into, no, the other way around. So it goes into here, and then the outputs at this end and in that end, they control the power. So going into the power sections, that is no problem. I have more than enough power. So theoretically, I would be able to run 6 trains simultaneously. But and with engine driver, I have 2 sliders. You could change that if you want. You can put 4, but it's still, if you need to be aware of where the train is, and that's why I that's why I build it in JMRI and have the sensors report back into my layout in JMRI, and that's why I would like to have the control board built so that I can really see, okay, there is the power. If the train doesn't run and the LEDs, so the control LEDs on the control board lit, then I know, okay, that train has a problem itself. If the train doesn't run and there is no power, then the LEDs will be off. So I hope that explains it a little bit. So, but yeah, with that, I would like to thank everybody for joining in another evening, for me at least, evening for the live stream. So I will need to check if I'm going to do the next live stream on the Tuesday as well. I probably will do that again, as long as Jason from Barnabas Junction does not do his live stream. I think I'm gonna use his spot to do the live stream, and then I will work on a little bit on the control board, and then you can see the progress in the next live stream. So with that said, I would like to thank everybody who joined in this live stream, and if you have any questions, please send me an email or put a comment below this live stream. And yeah, I know thunderstorm is coming. Well, did you heard that about the hurricane in Apeldoorn? Yeah, you're welcome, Tom. It's maybe in another live stream. I'm gonna do a little bit more of a deeper dig in how that everything works together. But I also have videos of that, and I will put them in the comments. Yeah, flying caravans. Yeah, it was blown over the railing in the middle of the highway. Yeah. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. So with that said, thank you, and I will see you in the next live stream, or you can see another video on Thursday coming. Thank you, and goodbye.